Okay, well, the 2018 competition is 1 week old. This is round 2 here at Olympic Park. It's the first home game for the Muswellbrook Rams. And I'm joined, and we're going to do the reserve grade game, I'm joined by Bomber Jones, last year's and 2016's first grade coach. How are you, Bomber?
Good, thanks, Banko. Pleasure to be here.
Right, well, we'll get into it before we run out of time and before the kick-off happens, but we'll go through the reserve grade teams if you want to do the Rams, mate.
Yeah, mate, I'll do it. Fullback, we've got Taylor Holland-Wright. On the wings, Curtis Farrell and Luke Van Reen. In the centre is John White and Jacob Kennedy. 5'8's the old veteran Johnny Deacon. Half Luke Cameron. Up front, we've got Jason Hovey and Nick Deacon. The props, Jason Mackay is the hooker. The back row is Bailey Carter, Wade McKenzie and Andrew Burgess. And on the bench, we've got a cast of thousands. We've got Matt Mackay, Nick Clark, Jack Wilson, Brendan Taylor, Brody Collins and Alex Armstrong.
Well, the Murrurundi side is number 1, Nathaniel Slater. Number 2, Callum Smith. 3, Jason Guest. 4, his centre three-quarter partner, Justin Whitehead. 5, Alex Kelleher. Chris Allen is the 5'8 with Mitchell Rando. Number 7. 8 is Jeremy Sampson. The hooker is Shannon Brooks. 10, the other prop, Michael Milgate. The second row is Brian Darcy and Ben Johnson in 11 and 12 respectively, and Mitchell Dykes is 13. Again, 6 subs on the bench. Andrew Neal is 14. Mitchell Dare is 15. 16, Brad Lonigan. 17, Josh Watson. 18, Jeremy Taylor. And 19, Mitchell Williams. This is our first look at, in particular, Bomber, the Muswellbrook side. It's good to see that they have a fair bit of depth because we'll get onto the first grade later, but I know there's a few first graders out today. And one of them is Bailey Wooden, so he certainly doesn't look anything like the program that we have in front of us, Reggie. And the Murrurundi side just taken the field, but a couple of big names that have gone up, and I'm pretty sure young Bailey Ellis will be on the bench for the reserve for A grade here today. But it's good to see the Rams got a lot of depth in their ranks, especially in grade this year. A lot of depth in their grade.
Yeah, most definitely, mate. I'm looking here at the side, and it's good to see Muswellbrook coming ahead in leaps and bounds. There's a lot of young under-18s coming through the competition into the grade, which we haven't seen for many years. But a few old eggs in there, and you see the likes of Andrew Burgess and Johnny Deacon and Nick Deacon in there with a lot of experience, and of course the fresh guys coming in out of the under-18s. Jacob Kennedy, I think he's going to have a big season this year.
Yeah, Hayden Fox, from all reports, is going to start first grade today at 5'8", or halfback, I think. That's why the old master himself, Johnny Deacon, the reserve grade coach, has taken the 5'8" reign here today in his reserve grade team. Wade McKenzie, Bomber, he's not far off surely of getting a bench spot in first grade. He had a great game last week.
Yeah, Wade wouldn't be too far off, actually. I like the way Wade plays. He's probably doing a few more curlos, but he defensively against Murrurundi last week, he was outstanding. He saved many half breaks that Murrurundi got into, and he was strong up front. Another ball really nice to look at is Bailey Carter, the 11. Bailey was a pretty outstanding centre in his junior career up to about 16, so he'll be around about the 20-year-old mark now, so he's been away from the game for about 4 years, Bailey, so hopefully he carries on what he used to do when he was 16 in bowling.
Look, boys, I'm looking at the Murrurundi side. Of course, Shannon Brooks from dummy half has been very dangerous for the Murrurundi club over the past few years, but Chris Allen playing in 5'8" as well, that's going to be a big bonus for him.
I watched this game, the Murrurundi team play Gruda Brankston last week, and they didn't go too bad. Mitchell Rando, we all know Mitchell as Darryl's son, and Mitchell played most of his junior days, or nearly all of his junior days, with the Scone Thoroughbreds, and he adds a bit of creative flair, I would say, for the Murrurundi side. So we've got kick-off now, and there's the big man himself, Mickey Deacon, taking the ball up. He's 20 in and 20 out from his own line. Choppy Mackay, dummy half, goes on to Luke Cameron, and Luke Cameron, he does offload on to Jason Hovey, and we'll talk about Jason in a minute. He's got a good unload in him, and that he does. Straight back to Choppy Mackay. Taylor Holland-Wright, the fullback. 35 metres out centre field from his own line. Ball goes out to Macca, Wade McKenzie. Just on the fringe there. That's what he does best too, Bomber.
Yeah, Macca's probably, as I said last year, my presentation on, I believe he's probably the best line runner we've got in our club, especially on that left edge.
There's a second unload from Jason Hovey, the big fella. He's coming back. I haven't seen him since his junior days, and he's certainly turned into a very mobile front rower, wanting the ball at every opportunity. That's his third hit up, and that's an incorrect play of the ball. This happened last week at Greta Brankston, I should say, Reggie and Bomber. They were really cracking down on the play of the balls, and it's indicative of what the NRL are doing at the moment.
Yeah, I was just going to reflect on that. The NRL, of course, clamping down on it. Oh, look, I just hope the consistency's there. The referees, of course, this year, they've got good numbers by the looks of it in their ranks, but that just finds touched the line there. But look, it's a matter of they stay consistent throughout the season.
Well, that's all we ask for. So Murrurundi, great kick for touch there off that penalty. 5-8 now. Mitchell Rando gets the ball and he gives it on to big Michael Milgate from Murrurundi. They're 12 metres out, 20 in from touch. Mitchell Dykes. He's tackled about 5 metres out, centre field. Ball goes out to, they've spilled it, the Murrurundi boys.
Cleaned up there by Andrew Burgess.
Yeah, Shannon Brooks, a long pass out there, but was cleaned up. Here's his fourth hit up, big Jason Hovey, and that's his third unload. He has got a good unload in him. I'll just quickly talk about Hovey. He played yesterday in the group trials up at Scone, and he did exceptionally well. There's his fifth hit up, believe it or not. It's incredible.
Yeah, just watching him here. I watched him last week at Murrurundi. Really good, solid runner. He has got an offload in his game. He's probably just got maybe not every tackle he goes into offload, but if he gets going forward, he's hard to handle, especially in reserve grade.
He's growing, but he's still growing. I think all he needs a little bit of coaching and finding his feet in reserve grade hoves, and I think he can go a long way, absolutely. Mickey Deakins drew a penalty there against the Murrurundi boys, and Luke Cameron's going to kick for touch here. They're in the Murrurundi half. They're going to find themselves, that ball's yours, Bomber. They're going to find themselves 32 metres out from the Murrurundi line. Jacob Kennedy gets that ball back into Choppy Mackay, takes a tap. Here's Bailey Carter. Bailey Carter takes the ball forward. Good run. Well tackled by Shannon Brooks. And Milgate over the top. Choppy Mackay onto Mick Deakin. Mick Deakin goes forward as he always does. Gets inside the 20. Centre field, Choppy Mackay. They've got options both left and right. They come to the right side. Johnny Deakin gets a ball, short ball to Hovey. Hovey looking to unload again. He takes that tackle for 9 metres out from the Murrurundi line. Mackay dummy half onto Deakin. Deakin looking for runners inside and out. Gives a short ball. It was a bit mistimed and Burgess spilt it. And they found a penalty against the Muswellbrook boys. It just went forward. I think he was in an offside position. Is that right, Reggie?
Yeah, accidental offside there, mate. Of course, no intention there, but I'm very impressed by this Hovey Bomber. I know you've coached him in juniors, but wow.
Yeah, actually, Reggie, I'm probably one of the few blokes I haven't coached. But
really? All right.
I like your research, Reg.
No.
But no, he actually pulled out of the 18s comp when he came through with Ryan Holman and those sorts of Rowan Pottinger, and he pulled out, sort of didn't play 18, so he certainly would have been a part of our 18s if he continued playing.
Murrurundi. We'll get those cobwebs out of the closet early.
I think patience is a key here from us. We watched them play Murrurundi last week, and they were a way better side than him, but just the patience. They were trying to score off every play out at Murrurundi, and hopefully Johnny can just settle them down and look to some key players and get Big Taylor holding right one-on-one to one of the smaller outside backs for Murrurundi.
Well, the Rams now have got the scrum food, and they've got that. What have they called that? He wants that put back in. Yeah, I don't think those runners gave Dukes much room to when they spilled it here 10 out earlier. They just need to be a little bit wider, a little bit deeper if they're going to run an unders line off Johnny. Luke Cameron to feed the scrum. Centre field, about 35 metres out. Looks a terrible scrum, Bomber. Seriously.
It looks like about 1979, but they just haven't hit the deck yet.
Big Mickey Deakin and Michael Milgate, I think, are just having a couple of little push and shoves. There's a scrum penalty. And you know what? And I'll give you the tip here. I watched this last week. I think this young referee...
Yeah, Anthony Worthy.
I think he blew a scrum penalty last week at Gruda. And look, if anything, he's consistent.
Yeah, that's it. He's very consistent.
We haven't screwed a scrum penalty since 1995.
He didn't give a signal apart from being a differential. I don't know whether Mick had landed a headbutt on him or what. I'm
still picking myself up off the floor when you said Youngworthy.
I was trying to be polite. But anyway, the Murrurundi boys have got the ball. There's Mitchell Dykes. There's Dykes again. He takes the ball centre field at 32 metres out from the Rams line. Ball goes out to the 5'8", then on to the fullback Nathaniel Slater. And Slater, good hard run there. Well tackled by, I think, don't know who that was. But anyway, Dykes, he's got the ball again. Mitchell, 22 metres out, right in the middle of the field. Here's Brooks at dummy half. Brooks goes to the left-hand side onto Chris Allen. Chris Allen gets a ball to Rando. Rando gets the ball onto Jason Guest, and Guest is tackled just inside the touchline, 12 metres out. Rando gets that ball onto Chris Allen. Chris Allen puts a speculator up. It's going in goal. Is it too long? Whoa! Taylor Holland Wright was all over the shop. He spilled it in goal. He's called a double knock on, Reggie.
Yeah.
Bomber.
Yeah, that looks like it is, but I think Taylor's going to have to probably catch him better than that, mate. Otherwise he'll be getting bombs all day.
Yeah, the way his hands were, I thought he was asking for 6 of the best off the teacher in terms of getting a cane. He didn't have his hands tucked into his chest at all, but the wind is playing, havoc up there today. It's very, very breezy.
Yeah, I've had to put extra glue on my wig.
Here's the ball, the line drop out now. Mitchell Dykes gets a ball. He runs solid straight into Wade McKenzie, but also into Andrew Burgess. Burgess gets the ball. Shannon Brooks goes from dummy half. Dykes at dummy half. 30 metres out. There's Millgate. Millgate gets the ball. He takes it forward to 5 metres. Centre field again. Brooks at dummy half onto Rando. Rando gets the ball out to Slater. Good cut-out pass. Short pass then to Guest, and Guest gets the ball and he's tackled 10 metres out from the Rams line.
Good defence by Van Ryn.
10 in from touch. See Brady Collins has come on as well. We'll get the subs in a minute. There's Chris Allen. Chris Allen gets the ball. It's knocked on. That's 6 to go. Millgate.
Numbers to the right.
Millgate gets the ball. Brooks goes to the right-hand side. He takes off from dummy half. He's well tackled there. A bit of a flop, and that's going to be a penalty. It's a flop in anyone's book from Taylor Holland, Jason Harvey, I should say.
I've noticed that the referees have been clamping down on touching the guy playing the ball, touching the markers, and that was clear. That could have gone against Murrurundi there from Mick Millgate.
Millgate gets the ball and he's tackled 3 metres out from the Rams line, just left of the uprights. Brooks goes from dummy half, brings Dykes under, tries to wrestle his way over the line. He's hitting a good tackle from Hovey and slam down, back slam down. Brooks from dummy half, short ball on to Jeremy Sampson. Is that it, Sampson or Allen?
Chris Allen.
Chris Allen, my apologies. Chris Allen, they've got options left and right. Goes to Chris Allen. Brooks goes to Chris Allen. Short pass, no, they're all over the shop. The long ball out to the winger. I can't see his number, boys. I think that is Justin Whitehead. It's number 4, Justin Whitehead. I'm pretty sure he's tackled 3 metres out. And he's lost the ball in the tackle.
That's it. Look, they're looking really dangerous at that side. Yep. I think Muswellbrook really needs to communicate. And I heard Bomber there with his heart in his mouth. The winger raced in about 3 players. Bomber.
Yeah, this is interesting. Muswellbrook have just had to probably go 3 or 4 sets back-to-back here. So the outside backs, your Kennedys, your Van Ryn, Farrell, you have to work hard out of our 30-metre line here.
And even Taylor Holland Wright, we know that man can run, and he is very mobile when he gets into full gear. I'll be utilising him every day of the week, Bomber.
Yep, Taylor's probably
very damaging.
He's an untapped talent.
And there's that man with the ball.
Yeah, he's taking the ball 20 metres out, centre field. Lucky not to get a penalty there, the Rams. Here's Jacob Kennedy taking a bit of ease off the forwards. Where's the 2, 3, 4 and 5? Here's Choppy Mackay at dummy half. He's got Luke Cameron to his left. He's going to give it to Alex Armstrong. No, he doesn't. He goes himself. Armstrong's on. Nick Deacon's off the field. Who else is off, boys? We got it. Big Hovey's off. Hovey's off. And
Jack Wilson's on now. Jack should be able to get us forward. Now he's playing in the centres, believe it.
Well, Brady Collins is on, so Brady Collins has taken both starting front rowers are off. Here's Deeks. Deeks is going to get the ball out of his own red zone. Not the greatest kick, but I think it's held up. It's held up. Go, Duke. Here's Bailey Carter. He's in an onside position too. He's got to stay in the field. Yes, he does. Is that the 6th? I don't think Murrurundi touched the ball there, so it's a good field. In the end, I think they made 25 metres more than they thought they did.
Yep, that's a good chase by the boys. Got a good bounce, and unfortunately Bailey just couldn't get his arm free there to get it back inside. But Murrundi's body language is ordinary, so it's probably Muswellbrook's team to turn the screws here and see if they can get an error. Murrurundi coming in around half.
Young Murrurundi winger Alex Kelleher is injured in that little confrontation there, so that's a bit of a concern. Number 17 is just Jason Watson has come on for the winger Alex Kelleher. Here's Millgate. Millgate gets the ball onto Dykes, and Dykes is hit right in the centre of the field, 30 metres out from his own line. Good tackle from Alex Armstrong and Choppy Mackay. Rando gets the ball onto, I can't see that
Darcy,
number.
that is.
Darcy onto Jason Guest, who spills the ball. They're going to call for a strip. No, it's a loose carry. Well done by referee Worth. He's called double knock on there, yeah. First offence, I think it went against Murrah. Shannon Brooks is asking that question, but it's a Rams feed. Sorry, Bomber.
The young lock for Murrurundi, he's
Mitchell Dykes.
Mitchell Dykes. He's still eligible for 18. He's played Dominant 18s last year.
Yes.
He actually played Northern Division 16s about 3 years ago. The kid can play. Probably like to see him up playing with a good under 18 side, but he's from Murrurundi, so he's the Dykes family is synonymous with the Murrurundi township, so he's doing his best for the team.
Absolutely. I knew the name. That was sloppy play, the ball, sloppy hands by Luke Cameron, but he got away with that. Referee Worth has given the Rams a penalty.
7 hands on for Muswellbrook.
Yeah, Brendan Taylor. Brendan Taylor's on. Here's Wade McKenzie. Takes the ball forward. Good run by Wado. He's only 12 metres out, just left of the upright. Ball goes to Luke Cameron from dummy half. Short unders ball to Alex Armstrong. Alex got to keep his leg motion going, and that he does. He's pushed Mitchell Dykes off. Said, how's your father? Choppy Mackay gets the ball on to Johnny Deacon. Short pass to Brody Collins. A little bit of a ordinary decoy play, but they got away with it. Big Mitchell Rando. Is that Bailey Carter? I think he's over. He's over. That ball down.
That's a try.
Bailey Carter.
The bloody life.
Great effort.
That's in the road of the Cameron one, but yeah, he got that down. Great try.
There'll be no nudie run for Bailey Carter at the end of the year. Well done, boys.
Yeah, good try. Got the back-to-back set off the error. Worked their way down. I think they've just got to get field position here, and they've got enough class across the paddock if they can get some field position to get some tries on the board.
Good run from Big Brody Collins. BC took that ball, that little decoy play there off Johnny Deacon. He got up and Mitchell Rando gave him a bit of a rub in the face, and BC, surprisingly, I'm really happy to see he got up. He wasn't going to take a backward step.
Yeah, he was involved in a fracas around at Murrurundi last week.
Really?
The big wild number 10 for Murrurundi put one on his chin, and Brody was sort of done what you got to do. Get in close, got his head in close, didn't let him all get put on him, but no, he's probably learning the hard way up in reserve grade that it's not like first grade, they won't throw him, but in reserve grade they don't want to throw him.
It's good to see actually BC get a bit of aggro into him. I've been telling him for a couple of years now, Bomber, and you know as well as I do, I'd like to see him get a little bit tougher. Because the kid is built, he's a man mount.
Yeah, it's good to see him playing up. The more minutes he plays, the better he'll get.
Oh! Luke Cameron's hit the upright looking for the conversion, but it's 4-0.
Yeah, young Jason Mackay's come off, and his brother Matt has replaced him now.
That's a new rotation. Yeah, he's been using for a while now. Last year he did the same thing, Reggie. He did the same thing with the two Mackay boys.
Yeah, look, I've got big raps on young Mackay's starting hooker. I think he's fantastic. And with it comes to the reserve grade team, I think you both agree, if they keep their discipline, this side could be in with a good shot.
No question. Just a sidelight of that, Jason Mackay, young Choppy, he got a start yesterday in the group trials there yesterday, Bomber, and he went really well when he came on at hooker. He took Jared Wicks' spot there, just a bit of a sub there, and I thought he did exceptionally well, young Choppy.
Yeah, Tops played a bit of first grade last year with us, and I think one game in particular against Scone on a cold Friday or Saturday night, he played really well. Yeah, I got no doubt he could handle first grade. He's got a couple of good ones in front of him here at the moment at Muswellbrook, but he's just got to bide his time, and he's probably got to just come out in reserve grade and dominate reserve grade games.
That previous, the penalty to the Rams, Michael Milgate got young Brendan Taylor with a absolute stiff arm across the bridge of the nose, and rightfully so received a penalty. The Rams have got possession now. Big BC himself tackled just over the halfway line.
I said that, impeding with the...
It looked bad too, didn't it? It never looked good from the time he got up to play that ball, poor old BC, but cheap turnover possession there, and that's a coach killer, Bomber.
Yeah, it is. Possession, well in possession, shouldn't give penalties away. It's starting to turn into a normal reserve grade game here. Errors on the first, second tackle. Penalties were not supposed to be given. Well, this side of settles down and win this game.
Yep. Here's the Murrurundi boys. On to number 14, which is Andrew Neal. He's on. He's tackled centre field, 29 metres out from the Rams line. 16 is Brad Lonigan. He's a dummy half. He gives the ball on to Shannon Brooks, who's moved one out of the ruck. Lonigan gets the ball to Chris Allen. Chris Allen gets the ball on to... can't see that number.
Ben Johnson it is.
Benny Johnson. Terrible play of the ball. Another coach killer, Bomber. Feed income.
Yeah, it's unfortunately it's what reserve grade gives you. Someone's got to take control. I know Johnny's probably telling these fellas here to complete the set of 6. But
absolutely.
The boys are going to be listening to him. I think the simple thing is just get your outside backs in, just have a couple of runs, get you a kick, and put the pressure back on Murrurundi.
I see Luke Van Roon has done exactly that. Dukes has told him, come off the wing, take the first run off the base of the scrum, and that he does. Here's Roon. Oh, high shot, straight around the melon. That's a terrible effort by, who was that? 15, and that is Mitchell Dare.
Could be the brother of Gary Dare.
That was, you know what? The thing that annoys me more than anything is he had a clean shot at his legs, but he had to come across with a swinging arm across Rooney's head, and absolutely...
It doesn't look good, actually.
Absolutely unacceptable.
Well, he didn't deviate for it. It wasn't like there was a last-minute step that he had a lazy arm. You're right. There was a perfect opportunity
to chop someone down around the legs in a good rugby league tackle, but just defies logic as to why they take that option of taking the guy's head off.
Johnny Marco out there giving him a little bit of a HIA here. He's giving the signal, no good. Luke's played the
ball before the whistle, so you have to take him off and do it.
In typical bush fashion, they've given him a drink of water and said, yeah, get back out there, mate.
Yeah, that's...
No, hang on,
they've got to do it. Here's Jackie Wilson gets the ball. Jack Wilson gets hammered by 3 defenders and dragged back 5 metres. Centre field is Matty Mackay. Matty Mackay's on as hooker. I thought they were all offside there. Deakin gets the ball on to Big Brody Collins, and Brody Collins... Tell you what, they'll know they're in a game here. They're all around the head of these young boys. There's another bad play of the ball. Brody Collins is big BC's in another melee, the big fella. Little Shannon Brooks, there's an overhead punch come in from Brooksy.
Well, look, I've got to say that there...
I thought he was hard done by BC. They dragged his jumper over his head. They dragged the jumper over his head. The ball was everywhere, and they did give it to him in that tackle. I thought they got away with a penalty against the Murrurundi there.
I've got to point out my pet hate there, and that is if there is an incident like that, there is 2 players involved. That Andrew Neal, has come rushing in to escalate the situation, which I don't like. I don't like it. You've got to stick up for your mate, Bomber. I know you've been a coach, but there was not much happening there, and to race in and escalate it, there's no need for it.
No, there wasn't much happening. A lot of pushing and shoving. There's a few old hardheads here, and there's the way they want this game to go. They know they're playing against a lot of young fellas from Muswellbrook.
I'm going to say that.
Yeah, and there's some blokes here that in their late 30s, early 40s playing from Murrurundi. They want this game to be stop-start. They want the cautions. And they're getting it. And Brady's got it. Someone's got to get in Brady's head here and just keep him out there. It's never taking him off and letting him think about it. He's going to stay out there and play the game. Play in the moment here. He's going to have his time to get some good shots on. Legal shots, that is. So it's part of the process of learning how to play rugby league.
Well, Murrurundi got the ball. It goes to Millgate, and they go straight back into that forward line there. Number 19 is Alex Armstrong. Alex Armstrong with the headgear. I don't think that's him. Oh, no, it's Burjo. I've seen the wrong number. My apologies. Centre field, the Murrurundi boys. Ball goes out to Chris Allen. Chris Allen looking for the decoy. That looked an obstruction for all money. He waited till he got in front of him. What is that? But the fullback, Nathaniel Slater, has gone over and scored a try. It's 4-all with the kick to come. He held that ball up. I thought he held it up just a little tad too late, and it turned into an obstruction bomber.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just... It's probably what Murrurundi wanted. They've stop start. They haven't been forced to get into any fatigue situation yet, and they've worked their way down through our penalties, whilst in possession, and they've scored, and they'll end up leading here at 6-4.
Yeah, like I said,
and haven't had to do much to get down there.
That left-hand side defensive Muswellbrook sort of been question mark on it for me from the start. So that was very sloppy defence. That you could have been shut down there 10 metres out. But
well, let's be fair, Ingham. The last 7 or 8 minutes has been not great football, and Bomber's right. It's been stop-start, a couple of little melees in the process. And that's played straight into the Murrurundi boys' hands. They've kicked the conversion. It's 6-4 with 13.5 minutes to go in this first half here of the opening home ground clash for Muswellbrook against Murrurundi in reserve grade. They play Singleton in first grade after this match. And it's 6-4 again, 6-4 to the Murrurundi boys. And yes, Bomber, you're right. You 100% the reserve grade side. Got some young boys in there: Jack Wilson, Brody Collins, Choppy Mackay, Wade McKenzie, just to name a few. And these hard nuts of Murrurundi certainly taking full advantage of that. Good kick-off. Mitchell Rendo gets the ball onto Millgate. Millgate takes that line straight on.
Tackle.
Great tackle. Who is that?
Jacob Kennedy.
Jacob Kennedy. With the help of Johnny Deacon. His number 14, Andrew Neal, goes forward straight into Mackay and Wilson. It's the ball on to, great hit.
They've got a bit of wind in the sail now, Murrurundi.
Yes, they go forwards exceptional. Mitchell Rando gets the ball onto Millgate again, and he goes across field. And 5'8", captain coach, takes him in a good tackle with Brody Collins. 15 there. Mitchell Dare hit a great tackle there by Burjo and Mickey Deacon. 16 is Lonigan, gets the ball out to Rando. Good pressure from Wade McKenzie and Burjo. Ball goes down to Luke Van Roon. Van Roon gets the ball. 30 out from his own line. They come in high again. They're treading a thin line there, boys, in those tackles. Andrew Neal in particular.
I'd like to see him sort of get that ball and get into the middle of the park. He's a speedy man. He needs to know about taking on the 5 in front of you. Get to the middle and make a couple of these big boys chase you.
I'd like to see them get the ball a little bit further than one out. There's just been a lot of one-up stuff from the Rams. I'd like to get us 2 or 3 passes there. Wade McKenzie hasn't hit the ball in that fringe since the opening set Bomber.
No, they've been bogged down here. They've got, for want of a better word, they're in the dogfight here with Murrurundi.
Another play the ball error.
Terrible.
Goodness me.
Look, I think they've got to get Hovey back out there now myself. I think
they need some go forward.
Yeah, this is the time where you put him back into play, and they just seem very unorganised at the moment. Was there too many changes there, Bomber, at the one time, do you feel?
Yeah, by the look of it, I'd just like to see Chop back out there. Chop's out there. He can play 80, 60 minutes of footy. I know he played football yesterday, but he's a threat. If he's out there, he's a threat. And the last thing Murrurundi we want to see is look up and see Chop Mackay, or for that matter, Jason Hovey.
He's another
we've got a scrum in the year.
Don't you love it?
What's he ruled? He hasn't ruled the signal here.
It was a loose arm.
It's on the
loose arm. Feet across.
Hang on.
No, he just hasn't made the signal.
No, I think he put it into the second row.
Well, it was Mick Millgate, and he's the most experienced front rower out there. So.
I'm just waiting for the signal. There's none.
Shannon Brooks comes
over. It's probably something we can work on, the signal.
Well, I don't want to be too harsh. That's yours, Bomber. Well, we've had a scrum penalty, and Muswellbrook are in possession now. 40 metres out from the Murrurundi line. Deacon onto Jack Wilson. Jack Wilson takes the ball up. 20 metres in. 32 metres out from the Murrurundi line. They need to play some ball. They do not want a cheap turnover back into the Murrurundi boys' hands here. Good run by Big Mickey Deacon, centre field, 25 metres out. Matty Mackay at dummy half. Ball goes out to Luke Cameron. Luke Cameron runs a short line from Wade McKenzie. Good run from McKenzie, but he's hitting an equally good tackle by 4 Murrurundi boys. That's the line I'd like to see. Mackay onto Deacon. Deacon shows it one way, gives it inside to Taylor Holland right. He gets inside the 10 centre field.
We've got a couple
numbers either way.
Chris Allen's down. There's a gap in the defensive line. Matty Mackay gets the ball. There's another poor play the ball.
Yes.
Taylor Holland right gets up, shaking his head, saying, "What was that for?" But
yeah.
let's be honest. That's the 4th or 5th penalty. Someone they have to just learn from it. For goodness sake.
I said he had to be consistent with it, and he has been. And look, I'm going to give him a rap. I think he's doing a great job out there, Anthony Worth.
You might struggle to find touch here.
That's ours.
And he didn't struggle at all.
I don't know what game you're watching, Brian, but the wind is coming from the south.
Look at them. They're all offside. They're all offside. There's going to be a penalty here. There's them Tappert. It's taken on to young Rando, who puts it onto, I'm not too sure that was there, Mitchell Dare. Mitchell Dare plays the ball back to Lonigan. Lonigan gets out of dummy half with a quick scoot and is wrapped up there solidly by Mick Deacon and over the top, as we've just lost our lead commentator for the time being. So Mickey Milgate runs to the line, he takes it and with a show and run, but he doesn't quite make it any further than the halfway line.
They got the ball.
So here we go, in at dummy half to Rando. Rando again goes to number 19, Mitchell Williams. He makes about another 2 metres. Got Chris Allen directing play here. Lonigan at dummy half. Lonigan looks both the ways, gets it off to Allen. Allen runs across field. Oh, a bit of another obstruction that could have been, but what has he found in amongst that? Yes, knock on there by Murrurundi. Like I said, I can't fault his refereeing at the moment. I think he's getting a lot of help from the touch judges as well.
Yeah, touch judges and probably the players are helping him out a bit too there. There's some really basic fundamentals going on here, Reggie. I'll go back to it's just this reserve grade, just not enough care and possession of the footy. Both sides are guilty of it.
Well, Chris Allen, for me, he's been a great player over the years, but he just doesn't look like a fluent 5'8" at the moment. He's been holding up the ball, as you said there, that could have been a non-try down the other end. They were lucky, but as a scrum feed, it's gone behind it.
It's gone back.
And here we go, Jacob Kennedy's around. If he gets in the space, they're going to find it hard to shut him down. But a great tackle there over the top by number 3, Jason Guest. And Mitch Rando as Mackay into dummy half off to Wilson. Wilson comes. Oh, he's been belted. He's been slammed by Rando. And there could have barely been a penalty with overplaying that one. But Darcy and Rando, what a shot for his size.
Yep, they didn't see him coming from Jack's left-hand side, actually. He's probably concentrating where he was running on the right-hand side of the paddock, and the 2 boys have got him on the right side and cleaned him up. He looks like he's suffering some sort of shoulder or neck injury. Johnny Marco's out there assessing him.
I don't think there was much in it. I think it was just a solid shot. I'd have to watch the replay, but I hope he's doing
it was more an impact injury than anything else. I think it was just the force of him hitting the deck.
Well, it's all suck up a bit of time, as you know. No time out in reserve grade. 6 minutes to go in the first half. Muswellbrook, they need to find something. They started off with their second phase play really well, but have sort of died off, and I can't help but put it down to too many interchanges there at the one period. But I'd be, like you said, you'd be getting Choppy Mackay back out there, and you'd be definitely getting Hovey back out there.
Chop's going back out there now, Reggie.
Is he out there now? There he is.
He's more energy with the football. I think Chop's going to probably slot into a first receiver role, which he could well and truly handle.
And here he is with the ball now, inside ball to Burjo. Burjo with nearly was a slight shoulder charge there by number 16, Brad Lonigan, as he plays the ball. Mackay off to Cameron. Cameron was thinking of where it was going before he caught it.
Yeah, not the best bit of football there by Luke. Experienced player, should be able to catch them balls, and once again the pressure valve's been released, and the old fellas from Murrurundi get the ball 40 up their own line and probably finish the set if they complete the end of Muswellbrook strong.
Yeah, look, they came out of the barriers, both sides, pretty fast to start off with and settling into the game, and too many errors are starting to creep in as Rando off to Guest. Guest makes it just past the scrum position, and he's tackled well there by young Choppy Mackay. Great young player. And here we go, number 14, Andrew Neal. He's made it up over the halfway line. Lonigan at dummy half. Lonigan, they've got new fresh legs out there, and that's a bit of a wayward pass. Justin Whitehead gets the ball. He makes it back to in the direction where the ball was. They're not really going anywhere at the moment, Murrurundi, as Mitchell Williams will take this hit up No, he doesn't. Lonigan shows and goes himself and is trapped 40 metres out from Muswellbrook's try line. 4th tackle into dummy half Whitehead. Whitehead off to Darcy. Darcy's very dangerous if they don't shut him down. And here he goes with the offload. Off to Whitehead. Whitehead takes it straight back into the play. The ball busts through one. He's got through there and tackled by Collins. Here we are, the last tackle, 30 metres out. 20 metres infield. Go to Rando. Rando with a little chip. We saw that coming and he's been collected really well there by... I can't see who that is.
It's 17.
17, Brendan Taylor. Holland right into dummy half. Another sloppy play the ball. Another one. I know Johnny Deacon doesn't have much here, but whatever's left he'll be pulling out at half time. But this is a great strike opportunity for the Murrurundi Mavericks. Hopefully Muswellbrook's defence can hold up just going into half time, but I fear for this left hand side defence for Muswellbrook. If you can see now, the wing is standing there's 2 players outside him.
Yeah, but I think probably around here, Richie Rando and Snow Allen will try and create something here. The fullback, although he looks an unlikely looking customer, he obviously can play the game, so those 3 blokes will they'll dictate this next set of 6 here.
And here they go, Rando off to Allen. If it gets into the hands of Whitehead, they could be in trouble out wide. Whitehead will go to dummy half. Don't be surprised if we don't see a scoot here. Whitehead in dummy half. He's gone himself. I picked that one. He's going. He'll be tackled just short of the line. Dummy half, Lonigan.
Fullback sweeping down Murrundi's left side here.
Here we go. He's cut out and it's gone to... Slater's picked it up, but it's been a knock on there. That was very lucky. He had a good look. He had a nick-on moment there where he took a photo of young Holland Wright coming in there. So, sorry, Luke Van Roon. So, another scrum.
Yeah, once again, Reggie, we'll go through the same thing. Let's complete our set, get to a kick, put some pressure on Murrurundi. 2 minutes 50. They certainly wouldn't want to let Murrurundi get a 10-4 lead or a 12-4 lead here. Probably 6-4 they'd be happy to go in with, considering the amount of possession they've given Murrurundi.
Well, Choppy Reid gets it off to Van Roon, who makes it. He's been driven back there in a solid tackle.
Chopper Reid playing.
Chopper Reid. Chopper Mackay. Yeah, well, he's a pretty aggressive young player. Choppy Mackay. And here we go. Oh, they've lost the ball again.
No.
Here we go. 2 minutes 21, Choppy Reid. Here goes Whitehead out. Has a good run there and makes it 10 metres out from the try line. Off to Allen. Allen out wide to number 18, Jeremy Taylor, who takes the tackle. Here we go. Lonigan in dummy half. They've got numbers out to the right if Murrurundi go that way. They aren't. They're going towards Rando. Rando with a beautiful cutout pass. He's been able to hold it. His foot's come out. That was nearly a skillful try, but his legs hooked out to the left-hand side there and gone into touch. So, number 17, Josh Watson for Murrurundi. And again, no surprise there, another scrum. Well, what would your message be to the Rams if you're in the dressing room at half?
Well, I don't know, Reggie. I've just been told that there was a lack of females in the county from the league tag, so I didn't see that. But my message would be probably just to hold the ball to start off with. If we can do that, well, you can start playing a bit of footy after that. But at the moment, it's not looking good.
Yeah, no, definitely a lot of air. He's lost that ball again. Van Roon.
Well, we've probably seen from 3 minutes ago to a minute 6 now, I think we've seen 3 tackles and 7 knock-ons.
And that's a fair assessment there. Great stats.
We're down in the last minute anyway, boys. I'm back. 6-4 to the Murrurundi boys in a very scrappy game so far.
If Allen can get the ball into the hands of Whitehead out here, I think we're nearly...
Rando gets the ball to Allen, onto Slater. Dummies to Slater and he goes himself, Chris Allen. 40 seconds to go and there's another penalty, boys. What's he done? He's called an offside penalty. And
off a scrum.
It's a differential. Yes. Chris Allen takes a quick tap onto 19, which is Mitchell Williams. And Mitchell Williams is tackled about a metre out. Big lump of a boy. Earl at dummy half gives it out to Rando. Rando's looking to give the ball on to Brian Darcy, and Darcy throws a shocker. Goes into the back of a Rams player. Could be 6 to go. Darcy back inside to Jason Guest, and Guest is tackled 10 seconds to go in this half. One last tackle, the Rams. They've got to be strong here. Goes down the blind side. They've held the ball. That just lay on him. Mitchell Rando kicks the ball through. He was offside. That winger was offside. But he's going to rule a try here. I thought he was about 1.5 meters in front of Mitchell Rando. They're right on the siren, and the Murrurundi boys have scored in the corner to take it to 10-4. He looked offside for all money to them boys. I watched him.
I'm not too sure what was happening there with the Rams' defence. They just sort of stood back.
Well, they all thought it was going back out to the open.
Yeah, well, Jason Hovey won't be back to play the second half of this, and he walked out the gate with his bag over the shoulder, so that's one down for his outside.
And that's going to be a great loss for them. Not a bad try, great vision there by Rando, but lack of...
Yep. Okay, so it's 10-4 here with a kick to come from the sideline. And number 17 is Josh Watson. Josh Watson's going to kick that ball and will take the attempted conversion. That is a handy lead just on the half-time siren. Johnny Deacon will not be happy with that really complacent defence there. However, never take anything away from those boys. They are trying everything, the Murrurundi boys, and here we go. Josh Watson going to convert from the sideline. Then they'll go to the half-time break. 10-4 it is. Good-looking kick, boys.
Oh, what a kicker.
Straight over. Against the breeze too. 12-4 in favour of Murrurundi at half-time in this reserve grade round 2 clash against the Muswellbrook Rams at home. We'll be back shortly.
Want to get a few guys together and jump in the canteen and give these great people in there.
We're back for the second half here at Olympic Park for the round 2 clash. That's a knock-on. The kick-off straight away. 12-4 down the Rams against Murrurundi, and straight off the kick-off the Rams have forced an error. And they will have a scrum feed, 20 in, 10 metres out from the Murrurundi line. Couldn't get off to a better start there.
Hello.
Luke Cameron will feed the scrum. Good start from Johnny Deacon. It'd be great to hit back this first minute of play here in the second half.
Yeah, I'd like to see John White get his hands on the ball a bit more in the second half. Experienced reserve grade player. Played a fair bit of first grade as well, John. So here he goes now.
He's tackled 15 metres out. Choppy Mackay back at dummy half. Johnny Deacon, long ball out to Jacob Kennedy. Found a beautiful line and he's over for a great try.
Fantastic ball.
Great start to the second half for the Rams.
Fantastic ball there by Johnny Deacon as well. Hit the gap well, and of course he's a talent, that young Jacob Kennedy, and he just runs a perfect line. And
well, you summed it up beautifully there, boys. He did run a great line and perfect pass from captain coach Johnny Deacon.
To start the second half, Jacob Kennedy there.
Yeah, Jake's been a good centre for a lot of years at the club. He came through the 2013 18s premiership winning side, and he's doubled a bit in first grade. Probably, I think he might work down the Newcastle way, so he probably doesn't get to see a lot of training sessions and that, but he certainly knows his way around the footy field. Not as solid as he used to be, but yeah, that's the sort of perfect position on the football field for Jake. 20 metres out, get a good ball, runs that outside-inside line, and 9 times out of 10 reserve grade, you run that line, you'll probably score.
He knows the game too, Bomber. That's the thing about him. You've nailed it. He has come through very strong junior process with the Rams, and the kid can play. There's no question about that. He reads the game exceptionally well. I noticed Hovey is not on the bench down there anymore, Bomber. We'll have to get to the bottom of that. I don't know where Jason has gone.
Yeah,
he suffered an injury, but we'll work out. We'll get to the bottom of that. So the Rams have made that conversion, and they've got back to within 2 points. It's 12-10 here. In the first 2 minutes of play, the Rams have scored, and that is a beautiful start and a perfect way that will make Coach Johnny Deacon very happy. Now, just have to capitalise on that. And I think the main thing, the talking point at half-time, Bomber, would have been hold the damn ball for centre six.
Oh, hang on, we've got a leg up here.
There's another one.
Yeah,
that is beautiful. Well picked up, Reggie.
They were a mile in front there. I wouldn't say a mile, but there was more than 1 or 2 in front. So, I think he's done a great job today.
Well, if anything, he's pulled the rule book out. No question about that. And another beautiful opportunity for the Rams reserve grade team here. Luke Cameron's going to try and find touch. For goodness sake, get behind each other.
I was always going to find touch that kick because the wind's coming from that side.
Yeah, we've worked that out. Here's Johnny White, gets the ball into Choppy Mackay. Wade McKenzie takes the ball forward. Great run from Macca. 25 metres out, 20 in from touch. Mackay gets the ball onto Cameron. Short ball in underline to Big Mickey Deacon. He makes it to the 20-metre line. Options left and right. Johnny Deacon on the right-hand side gets the ball. He's looking for Taylor Holland right. Taylor Holland right tries to bust one, but he doesn't. Good tackle there by Mitchell. That was a Mitchell Rendler. Yes, it was. My apologies. Johnny Deacon, short pass to Jacob Kennedy again. He busts one, gets over a second one. He's got a great try. Good effort from Jacob Kennedy. That combination worked the game down that right-hand side, Bomber. Beautiful to watch, boys.
Yeah, that's the target. They're going to have to go there all day. I know it might be repetitious to go down that side all day, but it's twice they've gone down there in 5 minutes and come up with the goodies. And he's a kid, if he's high on confidence, he'll certainly cause some damage over there.
He's definitely got a footy head on his shoulders. The vision he's got to hit those lines in those gaps, and he's timing it perfectly. So often we do see in reserve grade a lot of flat-footed stuff, but like you said, he might not get to training a lot to be knocking on the doors of first grade, but after watching this performance, I'd say the coach of first grade, we may see him in first grade for a bit later on in the year.
Well, they can't let this beautiful start, this fantastic start here, 2 tries in the first 8 minutes of play. So they cannot let this all go to waste here, the Muswellbrook Rams, the reserve grade team. They have to keep going forward with this great start. Luke Cameron's going to try and convert the second try of the second half to go to a 16-12 lead. Very impressed with those 2 plays out to the right-hand side, Reggie.
Oh,
very
mate,
impressed.
He's a talent, isn't he? It's just the way that he sort of executes. Johnny Deacon holds that ball up enough as he strikes the kick, Luke Cameron, and he's nailed it.
Great stuff. 16 points to 12.
But to emphasise what he said earlier, Bomber Jones, Johnny White, very quiet in the first half. I think he's experienced. They need to utilise him a lot more. I think defensively, it's his first year back. They really need to start the communication with the defensive out that side. Otherwise, the likes of Murrurundi, Singleton especially, will pick that to shreds. But yeah, no, Johnny's got to get back involved.
Well, the kick-off again. Here's Rando looking... they need to get it deep. What are they waiting for? Anyway, the wind holds that ball up. Choppy Mackay's under it. Good take from the Chopster. He takes him to come straight through to Mitchell Dykes. And also Justin Whitehead has tackled him 25 metres out, 10 in from touch from his own line. Ball goes to a sloppy play the ball. That has to be a penalty to the Rams.
He's gone back through the ruck. And
he did. Absolutely did. And Whitehead is arguing the point with referee Worth, but get onside, get out of the road. Is Luke Cameron going to find touch with the wind behind him? So Curtis Farrell gets the ball, he takes it into Johnny White, takes the tap, gets it onto Luke Cameron, short ball to Brody Collins. Brody Collins takes on. Good to see BC charge back into that forwards. They got the better of him only through a little bit of niggling in that first half, but that's great to see Big BC take that ball forward. There's another young junior from last year, Wade McKenzie. Had a few reserve grade games there last year, and he's backed that up with another solid performance so far today. Good tip on there from Johnny Deacon onto brother Mick into them boys. It could be an obstruction, but he's gone. He's relented and surrendered that tackle. It could have been an obstruction for all money, but the referee played on centre field. 35 metres out, goes down the blind hand side onto Johnny Deacon, onto John White. Flat pass. He's tackled 30 metres out from the Murrurundi line. It's the last. Ball goes to captain coach Johnny Deacon, puts a big bomb up. That is a really great catch from the winger there, Callum Smith. I would have put hundreds on him catching that.
Very slow marker work there from Muswellbrook.
Yeah, that was Ben Johnson taken off the second row from dummy half. There's
sorry there, you stitched you up there, Bomber. Sorry mate, your mic was off.
No, I just said he probably hadn't quite got the speed of Ben Johnson that he's running the Olympics, but
There's a play the ball infringement against the Rams, and this will be a good piggyback penalty out of their own red zone here for the Murrurundi boys. Mitchell Rando finds touch just shy of the halfway line. Here's Dykes again. Dykes takes the ball up. Hasn't shirked his task. He's hitting a great tackle there by Wade McKenzie, and in particular Nick Clark.
Yeah, Nick's a new bloke to the club.
Someone's
I don't know a lot about him.
There. Yeah. Someone's had a head clash there. They're going to have to pull this game up just slightly. Is that big brother Mickey Deacon? I think it is, boys.
Marcus.
Yeah, it is. It is Mick Deacon, and look, he goes into every tackle flat out. I'm not too sure. The touch judges come in on this one, so.
All right. Okay.
I think we're going to see. So yeah, he's run with his elbow up.
He has.
It looks like that's going to be the issue
You've
here.
picked that up there, boys. That he has come through with a raised elbow as he's running the ball, and Mick Deacon's gone into the tackle.
Look,
and I think the penalty's going to go against Murrurundi here, boys.
It looks like
Shannon Brooks is not happy. He's arguing the point with referee Worth.
Brooksy, I think you're going to have a look at the video of
Let's
this
be
one.
fair, Dink, and Mick Deacon does not stay down if it hasn't been. You know what I mean, boys?
Not unless he's run 300-400s at training.
Yeah. Good to see young linesman Boy Schmierer.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that young Schmierer?
Yeah, that's Campbell, and he's reported that to the referee. So that is a real good pickup by the young touch judge.
A bit of background on the 15th on this. According to my source, that he's played lower grades at West Newcastle. So he's,
okay, Nick
obviously up here working and doing something. He's having a run for us.
Big Mickey Deacon is coming off. I'd say Johnny Marco is just going to give him a quick HIA just to see how he goes. And like I said, boys, you don't see Mick Deacon come off in general, only for a sub just to have a breather. But
got a bit of a bump above that left eye too.
Bit of a mouse on that eye, that left eye, boys.
Bleeding from the nose.
There you go. Luke Cameron finds good touch down there. They're going to find themselves about 25 metres out from their Murrurundi line. Ball goes to John White. He takes a tap. A barging Wade McKenzie charges straight into that Murrurundi defence, and they take him. They're equal to the task, and they drag him down. Ball's going to go out to Luke Cameron. That it does. Short pass on to Brodie Collins. Bit of a cutout pass. Brodie Collins gets the ball. Number 15, Nick Clark, was looking to get amongst the action. Johnny Deacon gets the ball on a short pass to Alex Armstrong. Alex Armstrong takes the ball about 3 or 4 metres further on. Centre field, 12 metres out from the Murrurundi line. Options both sides. It comes to the left. Luke Cameron unders line with Taylor Holland right. Beats one. Shuffles through a second. But
Chop might go here. Chop might go here.
It's a perfect opportunity. He does. He goes, oh, that's a high shot from Darcy. Didn't miss him, but he gets up and plays the ball. Clark at dummy half. Short kick from Luke Cameron. That's going to be a sick again. Taylor Holland right gets the ball. Tries to shake off Mitchell Dykes, but he's
he hasn't ruled him.
Well, I seen one on the NRL last night that a bloke kicked straight into a guy's leg. And it was 6 to go, but referee Worth hasn't seen that same opportunity here for the Rams. So the Murrurundi boys are getting out of their red zone. They're about 29 metres out, 20 in from touch. There's Millgate again. Big Millgate. Great tackle there from that man Dare. And over the top, Johnny Deacon. Rando gets the ball. He takes it wide.
Clark it was from Muswellbrook.
Big number 3 is Jason Guest out there, the centre, coming in for a bit of action. Just shy of halfway, the boys. Alex Armstrong involved in that tackle. I can't see that number. That is number 19, Mitchell Williams from the Murrurundi Mavericks. Brooks at dummy half onto Rando, says let's get it out of here. Goes down the left hand side. Luke Van Roon's going to field this.
Oh, hang on.
It's a late hit. Who did that?
It was Armstrong. That was very silly. Very, very silly.
Goodness me, that's just a dead set piggyback for the Murrurundi boys. Now they better defend. Whoever made that infringement better defend his backside off. Here's Millgate again. Goes straight into Alex Armstrong. They're 10 out, the Murrurundi boys. Big hit back here would help them immensely.
Once again, I think it's all going to happen.
He's about 3 metres out. Sorry, Bomber.
It's going to happen around Rando here. He's orchestrating something here.
Yeah, Brooks onto Rando. Rando got plenty of options. He goes himself. He's hitting a good tackle from Johnny Deacon. Taylor Holland right over the top. No, Bailey Carter, my apologies. Brooks goes from dummy half, gets it on to Chris Allen. Chris Allen gets it to Sampson, the other front rower. Tackled straight under the post by Brody Collins. They've got to be alert here. Good line defence speed. On to Chris Allen. On to Millgate. Millgate short pass to Rando, looking for the fullback. Slater's looking for his second. He does. Goes over. Jacob Kennedy went low, but it wasn't enough to hold the fullback up. And he scores his second try of the afternoon for Murrurundi. And they've hit back after that early onslaught there. It is 16 all, Bomber.
Yep. As I said, that the fullback's an unlikely looking customer. The Muswellbrook defence there, they put themselves in a position there where they were sliding on their own line. No one came up and took the space, and that's exactly where what happened. They were on their back foot sliding backwards basically, and instead of taking the immediate 2 or 3 metres in front of them, the big fullback capitalised on. He's a fairly strong sort of character. I'd say he's probably played a fair bit of football up in the. Well, certainly Slater has probably played a fair bit of football in the Werris Creek and Quirindi area over the years.
Absolutely, I can't disagree with that. The thing there, Reggie, is there was a number of short passes there, and it's not as if the Rams didn't have every opportunity to come up and meet them, and Bomber's right, they went sideways without coming forward and shutting that down. I think there was 3 or 4 passes there, Bomber, that just went less than 1.5 metres wide.
Yeah, there was Johnny will see the video, and the players involved will probably notice about when you say get off the line. That's a classic case of not getting off your line, allowing nothing was really on, but by not coming off your line, you've allowed him to create something that wasn't really there.
Yeah, well, look, they shouldn't have been down there in the first place. That was a very late, very lazy attempt on. He didn't even. If you're going to do something like that, and I hate saying it, you make sure you make him have a second look the next time he goes to kick it. But that was just. There was no need for it.
Yeah, it was a dead set let off the hook there because they'd opened up the scoring, kick back 16-12 up, and they just do a stupid mistake like that. Luke Cameron with the restart of play. And he's got them for offside at the kickoff. My goodness.
I was about to say, boys, we're just going to see a repeat of what Murrurundi did.
If anything, Worthy's been very consistent. And is this a telltale sign of what's going to happen in first grade today? Here's Murrurundi boys. Good combination. We've said it many times so far this afternoon. Brooks on to Millgate. They're 40 out from the Muswellbrook line. Brando down the left-hand side. Shuffles, throw the ball one way, shows the ball one way, goes himself. Good tackle from Jacob Kennedy. 35 metres out. Dummy half goes himself, and he's shrugged off a couple of would-be tacklers. One of them, Alex Armstrong. Jacob Kennedy was the other. He gets up, plays the ball. Brooks at dummy half onto Chris Allen. Shows it inside to Millgate. Gives it outside to Sampson. He's tackled 21 metres out centre field. Brooks at dummy half. That's a sloppy play the ball. What happened there? He's called it lost in the play the ball.
Very smart play there by young Bailey Carter.
Bailey Carter hung around in the ruck there, and he got away with that.
Look, the players can be questioning it, but once they look back at this video, they're going to see that this is probably one of the best refereeing performances I've seen in reserve grade. I'm telling you that right now.
Your standards aren't that high, Reg.
In reserve grade, I said. I didn't say in Group 21.
He's Johnny White. He hasn't had too much of the ball. Curtis Farrell gets it on to Curtis Farrell. He charges up, beats 1, beats 2, and he's wrestled to the ground. 10 in from touch, 35 out from his own line. Matty Mackay, dummy half, gets the ball on to Luke Cameron. Looks inside to Wade McKenzie, runs some good lines, Wade, and he's hit by three defenders from the Murrurundi boys. He's 39 metres out from his own line. Short pass down to the left-hand side to Jacob Kennedy, and Kennedy wrestles towards the halfway. Good run from JK. Here's the ball, Matty Mackay, dummy half. His brother Choppy is off the field at the moment. Wade McKenzie goes out wide, and he loses that ball in the tackle. They get him just over halfway, and there's a little error there from Wado.
Don't forget, ladies and
They had good go forward there, Brian, but they've just again just let themselves down with some poor ball security.
Yeah, it's the story of the day, Branko, story of the day. And the only 5 minutes they've had good ball security and good forward position they've put tries on, and they've got to get back to what got them started in the second half.
There's a Murrurundi scrum win. Rando gives the ball on to, I think, is that Jason Guest, the big centre? It is. Yes. Here's Brooks at dummy half onto short pass to Mitchell Dykes. He's hitting a good tackle by Matty Mackay. And Jack Wilson's back on the field. I see Brendan Taylor's coming back on for a second stint. Inside ball from Millgate onto 14, which is Andrew Neal. He's back on the field. Centre field, 35 out from the Rams line. Brooks at dummy half, looks to go himself. He gives a short ball, which would look forward from here, but that goes on to Justin Whitehead, and Whitehead's tackled right on the 30-metre line, out from the Rams line. Centre field, Brooks short pass on to Chris Allen again. Chris Allen shows the ball one way, gives it on to Rando, and he spills into the tackle. Good tackle there by, who was that? That's Nick Clark, Bomber.
Yeah.
He got up in his face, which was really good pressure.
Young fellow looks like he knows what he's doing on the footy field. This is where Taylor Holden-Wright and probably John White have probably got to come and take some carries here.
Absolutely.
The forwards are under fatigue here. They're two big boys, experienced footballers. Just tuck the ball under the wing, get a good 10-metre yardage and get us on a roll so Luke Cameron can get a good kick on the end of it.
Good run from Bailey Carter there, all over him like a rash in that to play the ball. Alex Armstrong is taking the next hit up. Brody Collins only just come off the field and they're looking to put him back on. So I don't know, I think he might be taking Alex Armstrong's spot. Out the back, Alex is coming off. Boosu's going on.
That's a good kick
for touch. It's gone over. Got the wrong bounce, Bomber, and it's gone out into the dead ball area. And the Murrurundi boys will get 7 tackles from their own 20. Looked good in flight, that kick, Bomber and Reggie, but just the wind got a hold of it. It's a southerly wind, Bomber.
Look, just pay particular attention here of the Muswellbrook defence. They may do it in the first 1 or 2 tackles, but then their defensive line just holds back. They need to see that two defenders out of the line, the rest staying back.
Centre field now, the Murrurundi boys trying to get out of their own end zone. They've done it particularly well if they can hang on to the ball for a set of 6. Good tackle from captain Johnny. That was Andrew Burgess. My apologies to Burjo. There's Andrew Neal taking the ball up, charged up to about the 40-metre line out from his own line, 40 metres. Brooks at dummy half. Big fella there from Murrurundi. That's number 18, Jeremy Taylor. Tackle just shy. Good tackle from BC and Bailey Carter. Onto Chris Allen. Chris Allen gets the ball, looking for support. He gives a short ball on to... not sure who that gentleman is. That's a big number 8. That's Sampson, Jeremy Sampson. Brooks at dummy half over to Rando. Rando says, I'm going to get it back down in that corner. They can't afford an error here, Taylor. Get the ball. Oh, it looked all over the shop. But good run and good catch from Taylor Holland-Wright. Centre field. He takes the ball to the 32-metre line. Matty Mackay. There's gaps all out wide. They just need to swing it onto John White. Out wide. Wade McKenzie at dummy half. I think he's going to go himself. Is he?
We've got to get some yardage here. We've got to get some yardage.
He takes off. Good run from Wado.
Holland-Wright's got to get his hands on the football more.
Yeah, him and Whitey have been very quiet today.
Backline spread here. Luke Cameron shuffles it, bounces off his chest, but he hangs on to it. Right on the halfway line. Matty Mackay at dummy half. Got options. Johnny Deakin to the right. Short ball to Brody Collins. Cut out pass to Andrew Burgess. Nice face pass and well held from Andrew Burgess.
Probably just send it in the air here, but no, Mac has gone the short side here. He'll probably find touch.
Yeah, he has, because that wind was against it. And it was a smart effort there. 16 all here with 13.5 minutes to go in this reserve grade clash. Muswellbrook's first home game of the season, round 2. And it's a fairly good effort. They between these two good sides. A bit scrappy in the first half, but it has picked up in the second half, boys.
Well, I think that was a smart play by young Mackay. I think that the way the play's been today, they're more than likely able to force an error down here at the moment. So, look, they can pressure him to keep him down here. They're in good field position, but they've got to go. I think they've got to go back to that right side like they did at the beginning of the match.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they'll go back there, Reggie. I see Jacob Kennedy and Choppy are on the bench, and probably if they're fit, the last 10 minutes, they've probably got to be on the paddock. They're genuine strike players.
That's an absolute must. I was just about to say the same thing, mate. You've got to get Choppy Mackay in there in the last 10 minutes of this match. He will wreak havoc around that ruck area if given the opportunity. Murrurundi moving the ball out from their own line now. They're 30 metres out, 20 in from touch. And that was Sampson, took the ball up, turns the ball back inside to Darcy. Short pass back down this blind inside. The fullback, Nathaniel Slater. Hard man to get to ground. Hitting a good 3-man tackle there. Ball goes to Chris Allen. Chris Allen gets a ball long pass out to Mitchell Rando. Mitchell Rando's looking for a 40-20. If he gets a bounce here, that's going to get it for sure. Get down there. There's no urgency there from Curtis Farrell. Was there, Bomber?
No, the lack of urgency there. I don't know if the boys give him the call from up there, but regardless, the lack of urgency to get back to the ball.
Did he know?
Look at the lack of urgency to get back on side.
Did he know it was going to be a 40-20? They've only got to swing it wide. They're going to score. Millgate gets the ball off the tap. Goes himself, runs straight into Luke Van Roon.
Still on massive numbers over there.
Kept it going. Brooks, 8 metres out. Short ball to number 16, which is Brad Lonigan. And Lonigan tackled straight under the post. 3 metres out. They're set both left and right. Brooks long pass out to Chris Allen. Chris Allen short ball to Mitchell Rando. Back inside Andrew Neal. Is he going to score? Great tackle from Jack Nicholas Clark. Millimetres short. Rando goes himself. No, he doesn't. He gives a short ball out to is that Guest, the centre. Good tackle from Taylor Holland right. They need to regroup and give line defence here. Chris Allen spills it. Well, Murrurundi let the Rams off the hook. Good pressure there from the Rams. Here's Bailey Carter, the big second run for Muswellbrook, takes it, beats one. Great run from Bailey Carter there, Bomber.
Yep. This is where Curtis Farrell has to have a carry.
Goes wide, Curtis. In his tackle.
We've got to get better carries out of our outside backs here.
25 metres out, centre field. Matty Mackay gets the ball. He goes for a dart himself. Now's a perfect opportunity, Bomber. 16 all, 10 minutes to go. I'll be getting Choppy Mackay back on the field, and that's a good piggyback penalty for the Rams.
Chopping Jake Kennedy. That's their strike.
It's a must. Got to get him on. Well done from Matty Mackay. There's a little bit of experience from Matty Mackay. He knew exactly what he was doing there. Well done to young Macca.
Yeah, Matty's a good footballer. He's another one out of the 2013 vintage. He's played a lot of footy over the years too, so obviously he enjoys the hook and roll, and if they could find a spot for both on the field, I think it could benefit him.
They need a good set of 6 with a repeat at some point, trying to get that repeat, Bomber. Here's Johnny White, goes himself, takes a tap, charges towards the Murrurundi line. Good hit from there from Justin Whitehead and Chris Allen. 40 metres out from the Murrurundi line. Mackay, long ball onto Cameron. Cameron goes himself looking for support. Jack Wilson's a little bit late. Bailey Carter, first receiver next. Jacob Kennedy's just about to come back on. Rams play the ball, short ball to Bailey Carter. Bailey Carter goes forward. Good tackle there from Millgate. 25 metres out from the Murrurundi line. BC, Brody Collins going to be the first receiver. He does that ball look flat, little wrap around. I don't know what that move was, but they've still got possession. Johnny Deacon takes the ball. Deeks tackled 28 metres out. No ground made there. Got to get a little bit deeper, boys. Matty Mackay goes himself from dummy half, scoots to the 20 metres line. Centre field, he's 18 metres out, looking for that penalty. Taylor Holland right at dummy half. What are they going to do? Johnny Deacon gets the ball, little chip through. Oh. He gets the ball back, 6 to go. Jackie Wilson gets the ball onto John White. John White goes himself, wrap around Jack Wilson into the corner. Scores! Lovely bit of handwork there from the boys. Muswellbrook hit back. They've gone to a 2016 lead with 8.5 minutes to go. Yeah. Bomber, explain that. Can you recall
that? Yeah, I can recall it. Johnny Deacon put the grubber in, got the rebound, got it out to, I think it might have been Johnny White. Johnny, I thought, had blown it. He'd gone back inside, got it back to Jack Wilson, and Jack's gone the short side and scored in the corner. Great try.
That was brilliant. Brilliant stuff by the Rams. And the thing that was positive about that, Bomber, is that they showed great urgency to go forward there.
Yeah, that's probably the best set for the day. Like they could see 16 all, and they've probably got an inkling out there, the feel for the game, whether these boys are tiring from Murrurundi, and they know quite well, and I think Deke's probably reiterated to them through the game to make sure we play field position.
And pointing out, Johnny White finally got his hands on the ball there, and his go forward was exceptional. And you said it earlier, Bomber, he could have went to ground, and good stuff from John.
Yep, no, John's an experienced campaigner, ex-captain coach of the reserve grade side here. He was actually a member of the 2012 first grade side that lost the grand final down at Singleton many years ago.
I see some good subs going to happen here, and it's very strategically done here. We'll just cover this kick first. Luke Cameron's going to move in right on the sideline, trying to convert. At the moment, the wind's going to bring it back. It has! Beautiful kick from Lukey Cameron. 22 points to 16. 7 minutes to go, Bomber, in this match. Choppy Mackay's on. I see...
Matt's off.
Matty Mackay's off. You know what, Bomber? I don't know. Would it have been a good strategy to keep both of them on?
I think so. I think moving forward, I think they're both great value to the team.
Absolutely.
On the field by them together.
Bom, I don't want to mock this guy early, but I've been very impressed with young Bailey Carter's performance here in this second half overall.
Yeah, as I said, probably 4 or 5 years out of the game. I reckon he'll take probably a good 4 or 5 weeks to get back into the game.
Just get his timing right.
That's it.
That's all it is. Taylor Holland Wright takes one ball, gets it on to Choppy Mackay. Here's BC. He needs ball security. Get up and play it properly, BC. Good play the ball. He didn't strike it with his foot. It was close. Johnny Deacon gets the ball. No, that's Burjo again. Wish they'd change their headgear, them two boys. Here's Bailey Carter. Turns it back inside from Luke Cameron. Beats one. Nelly beats two. Trying to struggle out. Mitchell Rando finishes him off. 42 metres out from his own line, the Rams. Struggling to get up. Choppy Mackay onto Deacon. Long pass out to Cameron. Short pass to Jack Wilson, who spills it. And there's a double knock on there in that, and the Murrurundi boys are going to have possession 45 metres out from the Rams line. There's 22 points to 16 here. Just under 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm just a bit worried why we were spreading it edge to edge there. I know we had a good run by Bailey. I think probably the better play there is Luke just to hoof it down the other end and just get out of our half, and now we're back under pressure again.
Chris Allen to feed this scrum. The Rams need a great defensive set here, no question. Here's Nathaniel Slater, the fullback, comes up, hitting a good tackle there from Nick Clark and Johnny Deacon over the top, and Burjo. He's number 16, and that is Brad Lonigan. Brad Lonigan's tackled centre field, 40 metres out from the Rams line. Shannon Brooks at dummy half, short ball out to the side here. Big number 15 is Mitchell Dare, and he charges forward. Good tackle from Burjo, and that's a sloppy play the ball. There was no way that was a penalty. He got up and it was all over that. That was terrible.
Yeah, he was trying to milk it. And
good let off from the Rams, Bomber. Good let off.
Yeah, that's it. Now, it'll be interesting to see what sort of set they play here, whether they play conservative to get to the kick or whether they, with 4.5 to go, whether for some strange reason they try and kill the game and throw the footy around. But
well, a smart play here. One of the older heads, should I say it, and it's a very young team, but one of the older heads has got to get out there and say, well, look, let's just take our set of 6, get it ball down into the corner and defend like hell and force an error onto the Murrurundi boys. Luke Cameron feeds a scrum, gives it on to Nick Clark. Nick Clark dances around, shows good leg speed, and he's tackled centre field. 32 metres out from his own line. Choppy Mackay at dummy half gets that ball onto Curtis Farrell. He needs to hang on to it. Good tackle there, and he nearly spilled it. He's going to pull it up.
It's hit the opposition player.
Well, no, dare I say it, I had a gut feeling it was going to happen.
Yeah, we're going to defend it. We're going to defend there.
Another let off. I can hear Johnny Deacon yelling out, no penalties.
No tries.
No tries. They have to be urgent here. Everything they do here with 4 minutes to go has to be urgent in defence. Mitchell Rando goes a blindside, gets it on to Guest, and he's been hard to tackle all day. Comes to Luke Van Room, and he comes back for a second effort. Great tackle from Andrew Burgess out there. Burjo, safe as houses. Big Mitchell Dare takes the ball forward 18 metres after the Rams line. Brooks at dummy half on the Millgate. Comes straight to Jack Wilson. No, Nick Clark takes him around the left onto Slater. Slater charges towards the line. Choppy Mackay and Taylor Holland right there to pull him down. 2 metres out. Murrurundi, I should say. Really nearly split the ball. Still the pressure's on the Rams. Brooks at dummy half. Gets the ball out to Chris Allen. Chris Allen gets it under ball to Darcy. Onto Choppy Mackay. He steps through one, steps through two. Flick pass out to... that's Justin Whitehead has scored from the Murrurundi boys in the corner. That's going to take it to 22 points to 20. Kick to come with only 2.5 minutes to go. But they can only got themselves to blame there, the Rams boys. Only got themselves to blame.
Yeah, two consecutive sets there. They've had chances to get out of the half and made tackle one error and a tackle 4 error. And Murrurundi obviously not the fitter side round, but if you keep giving them the football inside your own half, doesn't matter who you're playing, someone will score.
And again, it's that left side defence that I've been talking about all day, that they're going to have to work on that.
What's the odds of him kicking this, boys?
Oh, I think he's...
Yeah, one of the best kickers in Murrurundi, this kid.
He looks good. Into the breeze. 20 metres out. He belts it and he's hooked it.
You put the commentator first on it, Bomber.
Different wind directions here than what he's normally used to.
That's young Josh Watson.
22 points to 20 on the Pertex scoreboard in favour of Muswellbrook.
They need their best set of 6 defensive wise in the whole match here. They're slow to get to halfway.
Yeah.
Clock's still running, a minute 40 to go in this game. 22 points to 20 up, the Rams. They need this. No mistakes, no piggy, or they certainly don't need a piggyback penalty right now. Big Mick Deacon's on for the last minute and a half of this match. Brody Collins is off. Luke Cameron going to do a restart. Shall I say that does he really want to kick it deep down his left-hand side?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but
everyone back, for goodness sake.
I've got an inkling.
And it's a good kick.
Right, good kick. Very, very, very.
Allen gets the ball here. He's the big fella here. I think that is Sampson. Mitchell Dare. Good charge back onto Millgate. Millgate, they need a great set. That's tackle 2. It's under a minute to go. 15 out from the Murrurundi line. Under Darcy. He's been very difficult to take. Ball goes out to Andrew Neal, is it? Or Brad Lonigan. Brad Lonigan tackled. No ground made. Good defensive set here so far from the Rams. They need to put it up for another 3. Brooks goes himself. He's got the ball down. Rams ball gets on to John White. John White's got himself. The referee's played on. Thought there was 2 hands in that, boys.
Definitely was.
Got away with that, Muswellbrook.
Hang on,
Is there time off?
No, there's no time off, but I don't know what he stopped the game for.
Good tactics.
I think he lost the contact lens.
Good tactics from Big Mickey Deacon. Bailey Carter down the short side. I think the Rams are going to get away with this, boys. There's 13 seconds to go. 22-20 here in this round 2 clash. First home game for the Muswellbrook Rams. Travis Mackay, dummy half. Ball goes out to Johnny White.
Take the tackles.
Take the tackle, and their clock is going to beat them. Great win for the Muswellbrook Rams reserve grade team. 22 points to 20. Bomber, final thoughts.
A hard game to watch, but I think Johnny Deacon will be happy that he got away with it. A lot of errors in the game, but I suppose the upside is if you're playing a game like that, you don't want to be the side that loses because you'd be fairly disappointed. But there were some good performances. I think Bailey Carter played well. Jake Kennedy had good patches there. Obviously, Matty Mackay. But overall, it's something they can work on. They'll have a big game next week against the Premiers Aberdeen here on the Saturday afternoon. So they'll have to be far better than that, but a good win all in all.
Without a doubt, mate. A very sloppy game, but I've got to say, Wade McKenzie and Jacob Kennedy, fantastic today, boys. Well, we'll wrap that up for the reserve grade fixture. Muswellbrook running out winners, 20 points to 18, so we'll be back for first grade.